If episode 2 of My Clueless First Friend doesn't win you over, you don't have a soul. What a strong episode this was. My Clueless First Friend is off to a great start. I'm starting to realize how much mileage the FX gets in this show. As I mentioned with the last episode, the images when the characters are talking are mostly static, so much so that they would put Seth MacFarlane to shame. But the backing sounds add so much to what you're watching. Every scene has an assortment of sound attached to it, whether it's piano stabs or you hear crickets in the background or you can hear the murmuring of some kids talking about something really juvenile in the background. There's a lot of attention to detail going on with the sound design. While on the topic of sound, I need to mention the soundtrack of this anime is pretty impressive. It's a lot more present than in the last episode. It's mixed a lot higher, and there are a lot more filtered pads that are synced to the scenes. When I was reading the manga of My Clueless First Friend, I couldn't help but feel that it feels very familiar to a Treehouse show. Treehouse is a kids station up here in Canada, but a lot of the educational programming that they had, I get that same vibe with My Clueless First Friend. And a lot of those shows had really great production value. They were labors of love, but a lot of really talented voice actors, artists, production assistants ended up having really great careers. They all came through Treehouse Productions. Tayo's sister is also a really fun character. Her voice actress nails the doting sister vibe, and the animators are putting in so much effort to make each scene pop. Tayo's sister feels a lot more engaging here than she does in the manga because of all of the motion and expressiveness that she has when her little brother ends up bringing home a girl for the first time. Tank Top Boy appears in this episode, and he's such a great supporting character. Hino-kun has that Jonah Hill charm to him, and it's great to see him bonding with Nishimura as well. When you compare his interactions with other characters in the manga, you kind of feel like he's just kind of there. He doesn't add a lot to the cast. A real Kramer type of character. But in the anime, Hino-kun feels like he's a part of the crew. This episode pads so much more into it than last, but it also speed runs through the source material. As I've mentioned before, My Clueless First Friend has short manga chapters. Convos aren't very long, and each chapter is usually limited to 1 or 2 locations. Episode 2 shows you a number of different locales that the characters are going to visit throughout the rest of this season. This is how you do modern filler right. If you can extend every single episode by 5 or 6 minutes of things that kind of expand the cast, adds to the world, then you can save yourself a large stretch of embarrassing and nonsensical filler. And I didn't think My Clueless First Friend would need filler, but at the same time, if they're trying to play it safe with this series and see if they have something long-term going on, then yeah, I can see padding it with filler. I don't know how much it's going to cover, but I don't think it's going to go past chapter 50, and My Clueless, I think, is pushing 200 chapters by now. We'll see. But overall, this was a great episode. I'm so happy to see the studio taking liberties, but the correct liberties. It's very respectful to the fans, and I think this is going to be an anime that everyone is going to be talking about over the next few weeks. Thanks for watching the video. Please comment in the section below any anime or manga that you're into this season. Maybe I'll check them out.